what's going on? Travis Patel here. Thank you so much for joining me. In today's video, I want to do a video explanation of a Facebook advertising method I've been using over the past few months called the 159 split. Now, about a month ago, I did a post in the Kingpinning group, as you can see on the left here. And since that point, we've had a lot of readers and a lot of people in the group apply this method, and they've seen great success. Now, it's working really well for me, but there's also a lot of readers out there who have had a lot of questions. They don't really understand it without seeing visually, so that's exactly what this video is about. Now, the 159 split, let me give you just kind of a brief explanation of what that is. I'll also leave the link to this original post here so you can go back and see exactly what I'm talking about and then watch the video and really piece it together. Now, pretty much the idea is most people are not testing their product and their audience combo enough. They are relying on Facebook and luck to really give them a winner. Now, many of us follow the same system of the product is the key. We need a great product to kind of lead the way, but again, a lot of us don't set ourselves up for success in that initial test. And that's exactly what the 159 split is going to help. You know, for example, if we are targeting a large audience of 1 million plus, let's say the cattle audience here, which is about 8 million people plus. If we do one campaign with one ad set targeting that cattle and one ad within that ad set, we are really relying on that initial audience that sees the ad to determine everything. Now, out of 8 million people, there's quite a big portion of that will not want your product, no matter what it is. If it's cow related and something people really like to buy, if it's a winner, not 100% of those 8 million cattle interest fans are going to want that product. So if your 111 ad shows to the group the portion of your audience that you're targeting that doesn't want your product, that doesn't like it, you're going to get negative responses from that. And the initial response that your ad campaign has in your test is going to determine a lot when it comes to how Facebook's going to treat that ad moving forward. If you have good engagement, good cost starting out the gate, and you hit a good pocket of that audience who wants your product, then you're going to get favorable results and favorable cost moving forward from Facebook. So it's important that we don't just rely on luck with having one campaign, one ad set, and one ad. What the 159 split here does is it takes those same parameters that we're using and we split it out. We separate it to have where it's still one campaign per product per ad style. But instead of having one ad set targeting that one audience, I'm taking that one audience, that one targeting feature, whatever our ad set is, and I'm duplicating that 4 more times. So we're having 5 total ad sets that all are identical. And this is spreading out our initial reach, that opening audience. The first people that see it, each of these ad sets have their own chance. Now, we're doing this on the ad set level so that we get enough spend, we get enough reach, and they all kind of act the same. We're going to do the same concept on the ad level where we separate it, we duplicate identicals, but remember when it comes to the ad level, Facebook is going to prioritize the ad that has the best results. So out of those 9 ads, you're probably only going to have maybe 3 or 4 spend money and enough money to show you if it's quality. So we're really counting on the duplicate ad sets in our first day or 2 of testing to show us, is this worth it or not? Now, on the ad level, a big important piece to this whole process that people do not put enough effort into is the creatives, the picture. You know, your first picture, your first ad that they see might work out well for you, but over time it's going to die out. And what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to have new creatives. You're going to have new copy. You're going to have a new hook to get them in the door, to get folks who have already seen it once back into the door or whatever it may be. So we want to continually be testing new creatives. And we can't, again, rely on luck that our first creative that we put out there to be the one that they engage the best with. So what we're doing is I'm creating 3 separate creatives in the ad level. This is 3 different, maybe pictures, maybe it's different copy, messages, whatever it may be. We're having 3 different creatives on the ad level, and then we're going to duplicate each of those 3 creatives 2 more times. So in total, we will have 9 ads within each ad set, giving us 3 of each. So for total, we're going to have one campaign. We'll have 5 ad sets, and there will be actually 45 ads completely. But in each ad set, there will be 9 ads. So here on the right, you can kind of see how I've broken that down. Again, using the cattle explanation, the cattle interest as an example. Now, we're going to go ahead and set up some ads here and show you a little test. We're going to use this little necklace. This is a engraving product we're doing through Shine On. Has this cow picture. I've sold 1 million on different products, canvases to t-shirts to pillowcases, whatever. So we've been putting on this necklace. We're going to throw it out there and see how it goes. Now, keep in mind, for the campaign level, you can only have one ad style. So if we want to do PPE, this would be a separate campaign. We're going to start out with just kind of my normal starting test point, which is a website conversion ad with a purchase optimization with a 1-day click. So all of that is in the ad set level. So we have our one campaign, our colorful cow 18 karat gold pendant necklace -WC. That stands for website conversion. Now our 5 ad sets, we are going to target the cattle interest. And specifically, I'm going for people living in the U.S. who are women, 18 to 65 plus the age, cattle interest, purchase optimization, 1-day click, and then mobile desktop as our placements. Now again, we're going to duplicate this 4 more times, which gives us 5 total ad sets, all identical. If we want to test a different audience, we're going to have 5 new ad sets that are all in this campaign. So me, for example, I'm going to really, what I've seen with this necklace and these little engraving products is it's the men who buy the product more often than the women in a lot of the case. The women will buy just a blank one without the engraving, just with the front there, but the men will buy the one with the engraving, usually have I love you or something on the back of that sort. So in our case, we're going to have 5 new ad sets, more ad sets that target the men. And I'll just go ahead and put that right here because I'll follow this when we create them in a second. And the only difference is it will be the men. Now, no need to exclude audiences or anything like that because this will automatically separate them. Now, a lot of people ask about overlap. Is this going to cause a problem with overlap? And again, this is the initial test. Cattle has 8 million reach, so there's very little chance that our initial 5 ad sets here are going to overlap with each other. If that does happen, one might not get shown, but we're watching those ad spend levels, and typically we've never had an issue. It usually takes thousands and thousands of dollars spent before you start seeing an issue with overlap on large audiences. This is why I really like broad audiences especially. So we have those 2 sets of ad sets. Now on the ad level here, we have a few different picks we're going to use. Right here I have the front back necklace pick with a white background, and we'll make it a 1200 by 1200 pixel image posted on our cow fan page. So that's really just our base one here. We'll go ahead and just grab those graphics, open this in a new tab. There's our one, and then we have Photoshop. We can go ahead and make our 1200 by 1200. Just make sure it's the correct size. Oh. All right. So there is our necklace image 1. We'll just say necklace add 1. Save it as a JPEG. Now on the list, where again, that one creative, we're going to duplicate it 2 more times. So that's our 3 ads there. Next off, we have a front necklace pick, skin background, 1200 by 1200 pixels, and the cow fan page. So on our sales page, you can see that's our second pick here. Just a front pick with a necklace, a skin background since it's on the woman or the man. Line it up. Necklace add 2. And again, the creatives here, you can do whatever kind you want. You can change the image size. Or these are all 1200 by 1200 we're using, but you could do maybe a 1200 by 625. 1650. You could do a video ad. You know, this is the creative side. You can have it all the same pick, and maybe the message is different. For our third one here, though, we're going to go necklace and box pick, 1200 by 1200. Which I'm thinking this one right here. We could even try all these. There's 5 picks we could test out, but we're going to go with these 3. Necklace add 3. All right. So that is our breakdown of how we're going to move forward. Now we'll go ahead and we'll create these ads so you can see them visually, and I'll try and answer questions people have had continually from this method, just kind of moving forward. Hopefully you're kind of getting an idea of how this is breaking down. Now, another good advantage to this is, if you do have a winner and you are going to scale, instead of having one ad set at $5 a day as your initial test, and then have to start a whole nother round to hopefully they work out as well, what we have here is we have 5 ad sets ready to go at our daily budget, and if 2 or 3 work out, you already have more reach and more potential to go from there. And we'll talk about scaling and things like that after we get this uploaded. So let's go ahead and grab into our, well, I guess first off what we'll need to do is we're going to have to create our post. So I'm using dark posts for our ads, just for this test especially. And if we're using 3 different creatives or pictures or whatever, we don't want them just posted back to back on the news feed. Really want them just to be on the ad level. You can also post organically on the news feed and advertise that as well. You'll get a little bit more engagement here and there. But for our testing especially, we'll do this so that it doesn't clutter the newsfeed too much. So I'm going to go ahead and create 3 different posts, and it's just going to be our 3 here. We'll have the message and the text, the copy within that post identical to all 3, and kind of go moving forward. All right, so let's go ahead and we're going to create posts. We got a photo post we're going to go with. We can upload our 3 photos. Looks like I already have that's a 2000 though. Let's go ahead and upload our images. So here's our 3. Oop, why does it say image format not supported? I might have not selected JPEG correctly on one of them. Okay, I got that one. I need this one. All right, so there is our 3 ad images. We'll go ahead and just choose our, I guess it doesn't even matter. We'll go with the skin one, or just do the one we started with. So the front back, I like that one the most because it has the engraving option on there, and we'll have to look with our test as well. Sometimes one's going to be creating more profit. If this one has higher cost per conversions, but we're getting $15 extra for the variation with engraving on the back, that could make up those losses that are still being profitable. Just something to think about. All right, so we're converting our image there. Okay, our post text here, we can go with, and it's usually best probably to type this out into an external Word doc, or even in your Facebook just kind of dashboard, because this bugs out sometimes when you're doing it in the actual business manager. So we're gonna go with something like, oh my gosh. Now, also thinking about if we have 2 audiences, 1 man, 1 woman in our 2 different tests, we might want our creatives to have a different message. Where when it's going to the woman, it's like, oh my gosh, I have to have this. If you love this, grab yours now. But going to the men, we're probably hitting the men who are married or boyfriends or sons to the women who want this necklace. So that message is more around the idea of, hey, you might want to grab this for your mom, girlfriend, whatever, that type of message. And those, again, are 2 different creatives we could test out. We could have one that's just the base one we're saying to the women here, and one that we have targeting the men. So, oh my gosh, this is the greatest. All right, looks pretty good. So what we want to do, we're going to copy that completely, and this is the exact, again, copy message we're going to use in each of the ads. The only thing we're changing about these ads is the image. Now this, again, is completely up to you. Test as many different types of ad creatives as you want. It can be the image, it can be the message, it can be the place, the style, you know, whatever it may be, that is up to you to choose. Now, we're going to go ahead and, again, do this as a dark post. So here, how do you want to use this post? Only use this post for an ad. If we wanted to post it on the page as well, we choose the second option. So we're going to go ahead and create that post. And I'm going to create the next two with just the other two images. All right, our skin pick, same thing. Okay, so those are our 3 posts. Now how we can identify them later, we can use this ID here. You see this series of numbers. We're going to copy those later and plug them in if they don't show up in our ad manager or anything. So let's go ahead and create our actual ad breakdown here, the 159 split, targeting both the men and the women. So let's go ahead and we'll go into our ad manager, just a blank account here. Let's go ahead and we'll create our new ad. Create new campaign. Again, we're going to go ahead, I'll just copy over here, colorful cow necklace. Try and make it as specific, as easy to know as possible. Just use the same title as my product and the ad type. Buying type auction, and then our campaign objective. Again, this is completely another test. If you want to try PPE with the same audience, it's a different series of tests. It's a different 159 split. Every product and audience combo, this is how I'm testing. So it seems like a lot of ads, a lot of little bit work, but it really helps you put enough effort into your test and have enough data and set you up perfectly for scaling good products. So I'm going to go ahead and choose conversions. That's for a website conversion. Again, I'm going with a purchase optimization. So key result here, purchase. And no, I do not want the split test because I want all 5 of these duplicate ad sets to be spending roughly the same amount. I want them on pace instead of one showing and one not, or really separating. I want it to hit those early audience pockets of audiences right away. Now our ad set, again, we're just going to copy this. U.S. women 18 to 65, cattle interest, purchase optimization, 1-day click, and mobile and desktop. Now our first ad is our front back. There we go. So we're going to save to draft, and now we'll go in and we'll edit this appropriately. Our campaign here, the same thing. We're going to click in, go to our ad set. Now I like to start at a $50 a day budget. Some people want to do a smaller budget. Now in the case here, I'm going to allow these ad sets to run to our profit margin. So for the cow necklace here, that's about $25 to $35 is our profit margin per sale. So for each ad set I have going, I'm going to allow it to spend that much money. If a sale happens within that first $25 to $35, then we let it continue on and run for another 2 days, maybe 3 days, and see how it goes. And then from there, we decide how we move forward, scaling or maintaining or finding new audience, whatever it may be. In the first $25 to $35, if it does not make a sale, I will shut off the ad set completely. We move on. Don't worry about it. Don't duplicate. Don't try the same combo audience. It is the test we put in. We have 4 other ad sets that might work out. If all 5 do not make a sale in that first profit margin, they are shut off. We move on to a new combo. Okay, so that's kind of the premise going on. So $50 a day budget I like because we're seeing a large amount of audience quickly. I like to sell things fast. $5 a day is a good way to limit the amount of money you might lose on certain tests, but I like to spend money to make money. I'm okay with the losses because they happen quicker. $5 a day takes way too long for me to scale and actually make sales happen. So I like a $50 to $100 a day budget. We'll go with $50 a day here, expecting to spend about, with these five, $25 each, $125. If I just did one ad set, and I would still make it go 2 or 3 days at $100 spend. So we're spending roughly the exact same amount of money to test what if this product audience combo works. All right, so let's go here, edit. We got to make it fit. Purchase optimization. We don't care about that. No dynamic. $50 a day, starting immediately. Our audience, US 18 to 65 plus. We're going with women. I'm going with cattle. And again, if I want to test a different audience, I would have a whole new set of 5.9, okay? Make sure the expand interest is turned off. We do not want that. We want to have as much control over our test as possible. Our placements, again, we're going with a mobile and desktop. So all feeds, turning off Instagram. Okay, and then lastly, we have our optimizations conversions, and our optimization conversion period is, they have it automatically as a 7-day click, 1-day view. I like to go with a 1-day click. Just, you know, test this as well. This is just something that I like to go with right now so that we get sales coming in a day. That's who the audience we're trying to go after. So theoretically, that's what Facebook's going to kind of try and favor. If it's a winner, you know, you always test. All right, so looks pretty good. Always like to just double check, make sure we have everything in order. Nothing accidentally clicked. So just our Facebook feeds, mobile, desktop, cattle. All right, so that looks good. Now, what we can do is we can go ahead in the ad level, and we're going to create our 3 base ads. Then once we have those created, we'll come back into the ad set level, and we can duplicate, the ads, and then we can duplicate in the ad set level so we don't have to tweak anything moving forward. So on our ads here, we have our front back pick with the white background. We're going to go ahead and choose our page. Cows are awesome. Use existing posts. And okay, see, if I select a post, so they aren't showing. This is all posts that we posted a month ago on the page. So what we need to do is we're going to enter our post ID. All right, so once again, we'll go back, and these IDs I talked about here are important. So we select that one, paste it in, submit. And there we go. Oh my gosh, this is the greatest necklace ever. Any Caller would love this one. Buy here. Looks pretty good. We can add our tracking parameters here if you want to add Google Analytics or anything of that nature. Some UTMs if you're using any tracking software. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to duplicate this twice. And first I'm going to change what this actually is. So we're going to make this the front necklace skin pick, 1200 by 1200. Okay. Now we'll go grab our skin ID. There we go. Got it selected. All right, so that's for one. Now we need to unselect one, change the other. And this is the necklace in a box pick. Make sure you only have one ad selected. All right, looks pretty good. So there are 3 ads within our 1 ad set, or our 5 ad sets within our 1 campaign. So let's go ahead and just duplicate all 3 of these. So we're going to create 2 copies of each of those. And that gives us our 9 ads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they are 3 creatives all duplicated to 3 times. Now we have, that's all in one ad set. What we can do is we can select our ad set here. We're going to go ahead and duplicate this sucker, original campaign, 4 times. There we go. I like to take out the word copy usually. And now we can just double check. You can see we have review and publish 51. That's what you want to see. 1 campaign, 5 ad sets, 45 ads. So maybe I should call this the 1-5-45 split. But that looks like us as far as our initial testing audience. Now again, I want to test the male audience as well. So what I can do is I can duplicate all 5 of these, and then the new duplicates I will have change that to male audience. Now again, like I talked about earlier, we might want to look at changing the ad, change it up, the creative, and have it maybe say something about buying as a gift, have that as a test ad creative in there. Just for time's sake right now, what I'll do is I'll just go ahead and duplicate as is, and we'll just change it over to the male audience. So we're going to select these 5. We're going to duplicate again, original campaign, just 1 duplicate of each. So that'll be 5 duplicates. All 5 of these should be selected. Again, I'm going to pop out the copy. We're going to change this to male. Man. All right, so there we go. We have our 1-5-9 split up for both the male and the female audience. Any, again, product audience combo you're testing, this is how I'm going about it. Working pretty well. We got 101 ad sets and ads in here, just ready to get cranking. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start it up. It's 10 o'clock right now. We'll see how it plays out. We'll let each of those ad sets spend about $25 to $35 and make a judgment call on what to do from there. Now, or scaling and things like that, people always ask those questions. If something's working out and it's really working, it's time to scale. Like I said, if we make 1 sale in the next day here, then I'll let it run for another 2 days, 3 days until we get data piling up. If it makes 10 sales in the next few hours here, then I'll duplicate my winning ad sets that I have in this campaign, and I'll double the budget. So any of these $50 a day ad sets that really show they're worth scaling, we will duplicate them identically and double the budget to 100. And we continue that process until we hit a budget that just will not convert well for us. And all those past ones are still winning. Now, again, people ask about overlap, and overlap has been something I myself and a lot of people have blown out of proportion, especially on a smaller budget scale. Overlap takes, if you're targeting 1 million people, it takes quite a bit of time and money before you reach 1 million people of that audience. You just got to think about the reality of who's seeing your ad, the competition you're going up against, all the other competitors and the businesses who are showing ads to these folks and things like that. So try this 1-5-9 split out, guys. It's been working pretty well for me. And if you check out the post and a lot of things going on in the Kingpinning group, it's been working out for a lot of other people as well. So again, just a great way to make sure you're testing enough and giving it enough time, enough data, and then setting yourself up to scale. Once we have something working, that ad set, when you keep using new ads and you try different creatives, it's still building data to that original winning ad set. And the more data, the better when it comes to Facebook advertising. So guys, give it a try. Hopefully this helped you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them below. Have a good one.